Go for the hit and the hits. Go for the stakes and the stakes. Go to get your parlay on. Go to get your party on. Go for the scene. Go for the screens. Go for the gallery. Go for the win. Go to Ocean. Visit theoceanac.com to plan your visit.
Welcome to the Sports Betting Show. I'm the Philly Godfather from TheEight8all.com. This is the NFL edition, and you're listening on Sirius XM, JAKIB Sports on YouTube, Sports Grid, and we're live streaming the show on my Twitter account at Philly Godfather. Let's get right down to business. We got a Thursday night game. People want selections. People want picks. You got Denver versus KC in a bad weather game. Let me go to Rooster real quick. Rooster, who do you like in this matchup, man? You got some bad weather. We've always talked about when the weather's bad, when it's really windy, when there's some rain, the Dogs live. You think they take down the Survivor pool this week, the Broncos?
Well, I picked them in the Circus Survivor, and now you guys got me rethinking it, and I got about 20 minutes to make a change. But every time I do that, I screw myself. So I think I'm going to stick with it. But, you know, it's funny. Jamie just gave me an idea, and there you go. I just started investigating it, and I kind of lean Chiefs first half here. And before we were about to go on, my pick was the Broncos plus 10.5. But in this business, you got to be able to move with when information comes in. You get an idea, you investigate it. Jamie gave me the idea, and I'm going to – right now, I kind of like the Chiefs minus in the first half.
Well, the Chiefs minus what? 7?
7. You can get them at 7.
I think you get 6 and can you catch 6.5?
No, you can't get 6.5.
You get 6.5 juice, but 7's what the public can get.
You want a little
minus 130 at least
for a pizza pie over there, big boy?
If I thought I'd get paid, I'd take it.
I can have it delivered if you want.
For entertainment purposes only, in case the Alphabet Boys are watching or listening. But let me go to Jamie. Jamie, I know you like the Chiefs in the first half here. The public's all over the Chiefs here. Almost 70% of the action right now is on Kansas City. You like the Chiefs in the first half. Do you like a full game? Do you like a total on this game or anything else?
You know, weather and the line that's a little inflated. As you've said, the public is all over the Chiefs. That line, you know, just has to be high. I'm only taking the Chiefs in the first half. If I was going to do anything else, I would tease them for the game, get it down to 4 or whatever. But I'm just going to stay off of it. I just like the first half. I appreciate that, Rooster certainly knows them better than I do. And he agrees with the move. That makes me feel better about it. But that's all I'm doing on that game.
That's funny, Steve. As soon as Rooster said he was getting off the Chief, the Denver side, the biggest book in the world, Chris, just went to 10.5 dog 20. A lot of respect there.
But Jamie brings up, he makes a good point here, man. With the bad weather, you could probably go under 54.5 in a 53 in a teaser. And you take the Chiefs down to 4 if you can get. I don't know, man. I just hate teasing totals here. Now, let me go to Matt Maltepes from the College Kids real quick. Matt, you like anyone in this Chiefs-Broncos game real quick?
Yeah, I mean, Denver's offense hasn't been the problem this year. They're 7th in yards per play. The problem is their defense. They're ranked 32nd in opponent yards per play. But with 30-mile-per-hour wind gusts, it kind of helps that defense out a little bit, right?
A little bit,
kind of
right?
Evens that game out just a bit. So I think 10.5 solid play, especially with the public all over KC. But I do like the under as well, 47.5 you can catch before that key number.
All right. The people want more selections. They want more moves, more picks. So let's go to London here. Ravens are laying 4, totals 41 against the Titans. Baltimore's 3-2. They got a plus 34-point differential in the season. Titans underperforming at 2-3 with a negative 5-point differential. Let me go to Rooster first. Rooster, do you like a side or a total here in this matchup? Early game.
Yeah, this one's interesting. I mean, I know a lot is being talked about by just about everyone about this London time difference, but I'm here to tell you, I was just there for 10 days. This thing is real. And the Ravens left on Monday. It took me 3 solid days when I got home of getting up at 3 o'clock in the morning, thinking it was 9 o'clock in the morning, to get back into my groove. And, obviously
Titans aren't there till today.
these guys are in about the same shape as I'm in. So the Ravens left on Monday.
Before you go on, let me tell everybody, when we were kids, Jimmy, this is honest to God truth. We used to work at the YMCA right there on, right by the high school. And Rooster was one of the strongest guys in the gym, all natural. He was benching 350 at like the age of 18. Rooster was no joke at that age. I'm just letting you know, Shib. He was a strong kid. So when we talk about physical ability at a young age, don't look at him now after all the Pika's pizzas added up. When he was a kid, he was strong. But go ahead.
I seen him when he was 21. He looked the same.
The Ravens went out there on Monday. The Titans are leaving tonight.
Yeah. So Rooster, who do you like?
I like the Ravens.
Yeah.
Ravens -4 straight.
Straight up.
I like the Ravens in the first half in this game.
No,
I feel like they let teams come back on them, and they come out strong in the first half, and then they're a little like the Chiefs. So they've been letting me down in the second half. I like the Ravens in the first half.
We really got 30 seconds, but I want to tell Sheep we got 10 seconds. Because Sheep, you like anyone in this game?
I don't have an opinion on the game. I'm really scared about Baltimore's receivers. I mean, they dropped 5 passes last week. They need to have a better showing.
All right, before we go to our next segment, where we got Dave Mason coming on from Bet Online, I like the Ravens money line. I like them in the first half. I like them full game. This Titans team really hasn't scored against any good defenses this season. But stay tuned. We'll be right back with our next segment.
Go to get your game on. Go for the beers. Go for the cheers. Go for the hit and the hits. Go for the stakes and the stakes. Go to get your parlay on. Go to get your party on. Go for the scene. Go for the screens. Go for the gallery. Go for the win. Go to Ocean. Visit theoceanac.com to plan your visit.
Welcome back to the Sports Betting Show. I'm the Philly Godfather from TheEight8all.com. And we're waiting for Dave Mason to come on from Bet Online to give out the bet percentages, the splits, where the sharps are on, what the recreational bettors are betting. Oh, Dave, are you on already?
Yeah, I'm on. I'm here.
My man, 50 grand. We got to increase that due to inflation to 100,000. But all right, let's go right to the biggest games on the board here. You got 49ers playing Cleveland. Lines up to what, 9? I guess there's no Watson. You got a 5-0 49ers team. You got a Cleveland team with no quarterback. Which way is the sharp money betting this game, and where's the public at?
Yeah, it's actually up to 9.5.
Wow.
Yeah. This keeps going up, right? 9.5 and 36. That opened like 3. Our early opener was 3, then market open was 5.5 and 42. 71% of the money and 88% of the bets are on San Francisco. That's gonna be a huge teaser game too. I just looked at 98% of the teaser money on that game is on San Francisco. It's by far the biggest bet game of Sunday so far, and it'll stay that way. That'll be the biggest decision of the day by far. Sharps. I got some Niners, -6 or better, a little bit under 38.5 or more.
Dave, you guys have any Survivor contests down there at Bet Online going on or not?
Well, there are no new ones that you can sign up for, but we have all the ones that are running. We had the big one to start the season, which was like $421,000, I think, what we collected. So no rake, and then the second chance started this past weekend for $150K. So it's too late to sign up, but they're ongoing.
All right, let's go to the next game that we're going to talk about. The Patriots at 1-4, -76-point differential on the season. They're playing a Raiders team in Vegas. Last I checked, Vegas was laying 2.5. Total was 41.5. Has there been any movement on the side or a total? And which way are the sharps betting this one?
Yeah, those are still the numbers right now. And open Vegas -1 point and 40.5. So the bettors are on the Patriots. 76% of early money and 57% of the bets are on New England. Got a little bit of sharp on New England as well, at +3 and +3.5. So that explains some of the lopsided money.
All right, let's get down to business here. The Colts 3-2 on the season, surprising some people with a +5 point differential. They're playing Jacksonville in Jacksonville. Jacksonville obviously 3-2. Last I checked, Jags were laying 4. Total was at 44. Is there anything different with you guys?
Yeah, 4 and 44.5. Open 4.5 and 45.5. Indy's the play, man. But for the early public and sharp, 67% of the early cash and 68% of the early bettors are on Indy. A little bit of sharp on Colts +5.
Well, all right, let's go to Arizona. 1-4 is playing the Rams. I think this number's a little high. Rams are what, laid 7, total 48.5. Is there any sharp money on the side, and which way is the public betting this one?
Yeah, we're at 7.48.5 as well. Open 6 and 46.5. 54% of the cash and 60% of the bettors are on the Rams. Nothing sharp yet, but it'll probably be coming. And I think it'll be on that side that you mentioned there.
And next is the Philadelphia Eagles. They've been imposing their will and just running the ball down the throats on their opponents this year. They're 5-0, just like last year, +37 point differential. They're laying 7 on the road, which is a lot of points in the NFL against the Jets team that has a pretty good defense. Is there any sharp money on the side or a total here?
Sharp on birds at 6, under 42. Open 6.5 and 42. 73% of the cash and 77% of the bettors are on Philly. So we'll probably need the Jets, and that'll be a big teaser game too. You know, those 7-point spreads, anything from like 6 up to 9.5 and all that stuff. It's just you just get pounded on teasers on the favorite.
Yeah, and the Jets might surprise some people this week with that defense. All right, next up, you got a Cowboys team that got smoked last week. Jamie's favorite team, the 49ers. They're laying 2.5 on the road against the Chargers team. I think Eckler's back this week. Which way are the Sharps betting it? Is there any money on the side or a total here?
Yeah, we opened 2.5 and 48. 54% of the cash and 59% of the bettors are on the Cowboys. Sharp, nothing on the side yet, but a little bit on the under 51.5.
All right, with the 49ers blowing out the Cowboys last week, and their odds have plummeted now. They're the favorite to win the Super Bowl. Are you getting a lot more action from the public betting San Francisco to win it all?
Yeah, I mean, you do, but it's we're not exposed on them. We don't have a liability on them at all. You know, you rarely have a liability on the favorites. You know, teams you start getting a liability on those teams that are 10-1 and above. A few long shots in there in between, but now every Sunday, every Monday, whatever the game is, if there's that hot team, you start taking bets on them. But there's so many teams on these futures, and you've been booking these futures since whatever mid-February last year that you can balance it pretty well.
Are you enjoying all the money you're making on the Jets and the Giants futures?
What's that?
Are you enjoying all the money you're making on the Jets and the Giants futures?
Yeah, we were red on the Jets early when the Aaron Rodgers signed and everything. They were a hot bet. And then, during the season, that's funny because, you take so much New York action and everything, and you're often kind of exposed on those teams, or at least the Giants, rarely the Jets, except for this year. But no, we're looking good on both teams. As teams pull a rabbit out of the hat, then we'll be all right.
All right, Dave, I appreciate you coming on for the NFL show. If you want to let everyone know where to find you on social media and any promos you got going on at Bet Online.
Yeah, on Twitter at Dave Mason, BOL. All sorts of promos. Hit up the betonline.ag promotions page. 100% bonus if you're using crypto. 50% welcome bonus for other methods. We bonus on every reload, 30% for crypto, 25% for other methods. So once again, get over to betonline.ag/promotions to check out all the promo codes.
I got one more question. You mentioned crypto. Are you seeing a lot more people use crypto these days?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Probably between 60 and 70%.
Wow.
Really?
Yeah.
It's a big
absolutely.
Increase.
Well, our there's a lot of moving parts to this. I mean, our our audience is a lot more, we take sharp action. We take, we offer a lot of reduced juice and everything. So it kind of goes hand in hand with the more educated bettors, the guys that like to get down more and all that stuff, So, there's, it's correlated to that, definitely, without a doubt. But it's and the payouts are so fast. I mean, our crypto payouts are the fastest in the industry, so that helps too. Sharps love that.
Dave, Dave, I have a question for you. Any of your clients wondering, will you be in the blockchain for your wagers?
What's that?
Will you guys ever be in the blockchain for your wagers?
Oh, I have no idea.
He's not the crypto master. He's just making all the money down there.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean,
hanging out.
you start getting too in depth with that crypto talk, and I
don't even think Jimmy knows what the hell he was talking about.
Yeah, I don't know. I'll get back to you next week on that one. Right?
Hold on, Dave. Any selections in bare knuckle UK this weekend or UFC you like? I haven't really checked it out too much, Jimmy. I'm looking at that next. I love the changes to next week's card, the UFC, man. I mean, that card was awesome, and they couple changes this week, and it's even better, man. That card's gonna be it's gonna be off the charts. I can't wait. Awesome.
All right, thanks for coming on, Dave.
Take care, Dave.
All right, guys. Later on.
It's Dave Mason from Bet Online. Make sure you guys check him out. I mean, it's one of the better sports books out there. Let me go to Matt Maltepes from the College Kids. We got about 45 seconds left. We were talking about the Ravens and Titans. Did you give a side out here? We can't hear you, Matt.
Matt, you're on mute.
I was looking to bet the Ravens. I haven't bet anything yet, but this Ravens team, they're healing up, and a lot of their players have been full participants this week in practice. Both teams heavy run teams, but both teams are also top 10 in opponent yards per rush. But I think this Ravens team, they're getting healthy. I think they're getting ready to go. The only concern for me is these London games are a little iffy sometimes, but a little wild. But I do lean Ravens right now. We'll see if I bet it. Make sure to follow us at TCK_experience for the latest moves.
Oh, there you go. There we got Pro Football Doc coming up next with all the injury reports in the NFL. So stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Go to get your game on. Go for the beers. Go for the cheers. Go for the hit and the hits. Go for the stakes and the stakes. Go to get your parlay on. Go to get your party on. Go for the scene. Go for the screens. Go for the gallery. Go for the win. Go to Ocean. Visit theoceanac.com to plan your visit.
Welcome back to the Sports Betting Show. I'm the Philly Godfather from the PhillyGodfather.com, and we're talking a little NFL action, London game. We're waiting for Pro Football Doc to jump on the show. Matt brought up a good point about this Ravens team, and the Titans are missing some key guys on offense and on the defensive side of this game. They're banged up a little bit. Ravens are getting much healthier very quickly. Line's only 4. The total's at 41. Man, this Titans team, if you look at who they played, they haven't been able to move the ball or score on a good defense all season. They put up 15 points against the Saints defense. They put up even less points against that Browns defense that ranks second overall in opponent yards per play. So they really haven't been able to put up points against good defenses. And now you're playing a Ravens team that's one of the better defenses in the NFL. I think they're top 5 in a bunch of metrics. So I think definitely the move here is the Ravens on the money line. Ravens first half, like Jamie said, Ravens full game. There's not going to be no weather that's going to help this Titans defense out at all. So it could get ugly real quick. Let's go real quick to some MVP odds.
Real quick about the Ravens game. I mean, you have both your tackles now getting healthy. Patrick McCarry, Morgan Moses, and now you also have Jadeveon Clowney, your pass rusher, Marlon Humphrey, cornerback. All these guys are higher tier guys. Odell Beckham, weapon on offense. So they have a lot of guys getting healthy now. And they already proved, they beat Cleveland earlier, which was a tough game. They're proving, they're if they can get their guys back playing up to top form, they may be dangerous going forward.
Yeah, and the Titans, they only put up points against the Chargers defense and the Bengals defense, and they're 2 of the worst defenses in the league. I think this might be a blowout here in London, man. I mean, it could get ugly. Autry,
defensive line, he's limited in participation practice. You also have Hooker, limited their safety. So you have a couple holes in that defense if they do not suit up that the Ravens and Lamar Jackson might just tear up.
Yeah, and they did fly out early. Titans coming out late. You saw what happened with Buffalo when they flew out Friday night last week. I mean, it got ugly for them. But let's go to the MVP odds. Right now, Patrick Mahomes at plus 450. Tua is at 475. Brock Purdy, I think Jamie said it a couple of times. He's a beast, and he sure looked like one against the 49ers. What do you think about his chances, Jamie, to win the MVP here?
It's kind of signs of Tom Brady where people were just not giving him any credit because he wasn't the biggest, strongest arm. He wasn't doing anything really flashy and exciting. He wasn't a big runner, but he gets the job done. And that's why the guy hasn't lost a game, a regular season game. He lost one game when he got hurt, but he hasn't lost a regular season game. You got to give this guy credit. He has the greatest, personnel around him, right? The greatest coach, the greatest teammates. I mean, you're putting him in this incredible situation, but Tom Brady did as well. Tom Brady didn't win those games on his own. He's in an incredible situation with by far the best team in the NFL right now.
And not to interrupt you, but early on, Tom Brady was more of a game manager in the first couple of years. If you remember, his numbers weren't the best. And later on, his growth and being around Bill Belichick and working hard and being in that film room, 16 hours a day, and you just saw him get better and better. If the same thing happens with Brock Purdy here, I mean, you might have one of the best quarterbacks in the NFL, Jamie, right?
I mean, he's fortunate to be on maybe the best team of all time if they continue to go for the first 5 weeks.
Whoa.
Hold on. First 5 weeks, the way that they've performed so far, they're on that path.
You can't argue for the first 5 weeks of any NFL season.
So far, they're easily the greatest team to bet on. How about that?
Yeah, first 5 weeks of the season.
Up to week 5, yes, I'll give you that. Up to week 5.
Yeah, and if they can stay, listen, this is a war of attrition.
He deserves to be in the conversation. That's all.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And the NFL is a war of attrition. I mean, injuries play such a major role. And this is the first time in a long time that San Francisco isn't banged up early in the season. They've come out to a big start at 5-0, which is definitely going to help them. They have the momentum. And if they don't get banged up, they look really dangerous. Now, if you look over the years, over NFL history, teams that start out 5-0 or have the best record after 5 weeks usually don't make the Super Bowl. But this is a different type of team, like you said.
Well, hold on a second, Steve. What happens? McCaffrey goes down. Just a running back. Is he an everyday running back, or is he the offense?
Yeah, I mean, he's a running back. He plays a big role, right?
He is the offense. He is the offense.
He is not. He is a very important part of the offense. But they also have these other weapons. Deebo Samuel is one of the greatest athletes in any sport.
He's a monster.
Yeah, and Brandon Ayuk is so dangerous, and has the greatest stats of the long. And George Kittle. I mean, you can't say he's
all right. Let's sit McCaffrey this weekend. Let's see how they do.
Covers Kittle. Who can cover Kittle? Like nobody in the league can cover that guy. Let's be honest. Such a mismatch.
Well, look, I don't think Dallas is a bad team, but look at what they did to them. If you thought that Dallas was a top level team,
I really thought Dallas was a good team, and guess
what? But they are. The
San Fran is
so far and above everybody else.
Incredible.
Yeah.
Bosa on the end, no one can stop him.
He's a beast.
They have it in every area. Right now, they're the most complete team. No other team you can say is better than they are.
Hold that thought, Jamie. We got Pro Football Doc on ready to go. Doc, you there?
I am. I apologize. I'm dressed up today a little more.
Wow,
but
look at this.
Looking sharp.
I'm at this event. Charlie Joyner, Wes Chandler have an event, and we're gonna watch some football, and they have a little fundraiser. So I'm here in front of their event. So I apologize if there's a little traffic in the background.
Nah, you look good, man. That color looks good on you, Doc. I like that color on you.
All good.
Signing autographs. Wow.
All right, let's get down to business, man. We got Pro Football Doc on. You can follow him on Twitter at Pro Football Doc. How banged up are the Titans headed into London? And we all know the Ravens are getting healthy. I mean, what's going on in this game, Doc?
There's no question the Ravens are getting healthier, and the Titans, they already declared some players out, which you have to by rule if they don't travel Treylon Burks. The good news for the Titans, though, is DeAndre Hopkins is getting healthy, or has gotten healthy from his high ankle sprain. Obviously, Derrick Henry hasn't gotten untracked yet, but the big thing is the Ravens were among the unhealthiest, most injured teams, and they've been on the rebound. And that's why one of the things we look at is delta, which is the direction of the score. Because if someone's been unhealthy for a while, all you guys and all the sharps are, the lines change, right? And it's the direction, the delta, that sometimes we go by, and we saw that last week as well.
All right, let's go on the health of the Cowboys and Chargers. This is a big game for both teams. I mean, the Cowboys got embarrassed to the 49ers. They got to come back strong. They're laying 2.5 here on the road. Who's the healthier team in this matchup, Doc?
Well, the Cowboys' offensive line has finally gotten healthier. That's what got them in trouble against the Cardinals. Now, it didn't help them very much against the 49ers, obviously. Austin Eckler will be back. Micah Parsons will be healthier for the Cowboys. Austin Eckler is back, which is good news. I don't think Justin Herbert's finger is going to be much of a deal at all. It'll be a lot of shotgun, so there may be some different plays you can make off of that. But it's an interesting matchup. I don't know what you guys like better. The team that's coming off of rest and a bye, maybe rusty, who knows, or the team that just got shellacked, right? Who's got the better motivation, the rested team or the team that has something more to prove recently to wash the stain off?
Well, the problem with the Cowboys is, and I've noticed this over the years, anytime you go up against a defense that's top 5 in sack percentage, the following week, you're a little banged up. You might not be injured, but you're not 100% because you gave it your all and you got really beat up on the field. That game kind of scares me a little bit, Doc.
Yeah, well, everyone knows about that stat after playing the 49ers, right? And the Chargers are well rested. And Bosa, Khalil Mack, that's going to put some pressure on the Cowboys for sure.
All right, let's go to the next game. We're talking about 49ers. I mean, they're playing the Browns team, and it looks like Watson's not playing here. What other injuries are going to impact the outcome of this game?
Well, look, one of the things we do is, look, there's no question that at Sports Injury Central that we were wrong thinking Deshaun Watson's shoulder was not a big deal going into week 4. So we'll take the L on that one, okay? But the Cleveland Browns and Kevin Stefanski were fooled too, right? They were thought he was going to play too. So you can't really blame me. But let me tell you, on Tuesday, if you're with sick picks, Tuesday morning, we said, take the -5. Deshaun Watson is likely to miss. The number now is 9.5, and it might go to 10 or more, right?
It is 10.
It is 10. It's
10. Okay, there you go. So, that's pretty nice if you can always get 6, 7, 9, and 10 as numbers, especially if it goes to 10.5, right? Yeah. But that's all based on Deshaun Watson. And part of the reason why we said it is if it is a rotator cuff contusion, and we went back and looked at video, that's not something that's going to get better very quickly. And the other key was, look, the week that he didn't play week 4, he was LP all week. All he has to do to log an LP is hand off the ball one time in practice. He didn't even do that. Okay, what does that tell you, right? I mean, they were going PJ Walker all week long here, and now the news is breaking from Josina Anderson and others. But we try and read the tea leaves, look at the mechanism of injury, and honestly, I found it interesting the coaching comments that were made that he was, cleared to go. And then when you come off a bye week and you start with a DNP, that's a bad sign.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, Doc, if you want to let everyone know where to find you on Twitter, your website, fire away.
Yeah, Twitter's easy, Pro Football Doc, but there's also at SIC Score. But go to SIC Score, Sports Injury Central. And look, if you want the shortcut, you can subscribe and pay a little money, and we'll give it to you. But all the data is there for free. You would have seen what we said about Deshaun Watson and come to your own conclusion about, hey, -5 is pretty good right now. Even if you, for some reason, liked the Browns, just on line movement alone, right? I mean, you could had a nice little middle there, huge middle, right? There's not that many of those that come up that often.
Yeah,
Doc, I just have one fast question for him, Steve.
We got 10 seconds. We're running out of time.
How we looking at with Joe Burrow this week?
Joe Burrow, he's not 100%, but he's playing. There's no way he's 100%. Look at my Twitter timeline. Look at his answer to the question. He's not 100%. He's got to be November before he's 100%, but he's getting better.
All right. Thanks, Doc. Thanks for coming on, man. We're going to our next segment with John Grace. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Go to get your game on. Go for the beers. Go for the cheers. Go for the hit and the hits. Go for the stakes and the stakes. Go to get your parlay on. Go to get your party on. Go for the scene. Go for the screens. Go for the gallery. Go for the win. Go to Ocean. Visit theoceanac.com to plan your visit.
Welcome back to the Sports Betting Show. I'm Philly Godfather from TheEight8all, and you're listening on Sirius XM Sports Grid, JAKIB Sports Media on YouTube, and we're live streaming the show on my Twitter account at Philly Godfather. Jamie, Pro Football Doc, his information is so valuable if you're looking to bet a game here. I mean, he's one of the best guests we have on the show, right?
Yeah, I agree. It's such a benefit to have him and have access to that information. I mean, everything you guys give out on this show will help people be better bettors, will help them be smarter. I'm constantly learning. I'm just on a lifetime path of learning and understanding information and how to curate it and listening to so many different sources. I find that you guys are so sharp and originating the numbers, right? Getting in there early. You know, you've taught me that so many times. I mean, when I got the Niners really early. They came out at -4 early in the week, and then this number's just been getting worse. Today, it's moved 2 points, and so
it's going to keep moving too. The public's all
only thing
over
I can
them.
do is tease them now. But I got in on them early, because I just believed in them, even against Deshaun Watson, against any team. I think they're at least a 3-point favorite against any team in the NFL.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, after 5 weeks, how can you argue that point? Matt, let me ask you a question. The game's gotten to 10. If it gets any higher with a defense like Cleveland, and there might be some weather in that game, you think Cleveland's got a shot to cover, anything over 10 points here? The lines move so much, and Deshaun Watson, he's played okay, but is he really worth 7 points to this point spread here? I mean,
we got a chance. We got a chance of some rain showers in this game with winds 15 miles per hour, maybe upward. And with a low total of 36, I mean, there's points.
36,
those
35. I'm seeing 35s out there.
You're seeing 35s out there? Yeah. Actually,
Herman, the biggest book in the world, is 35 now.
Yeah, you're right.
They think they're going to get blanked.
Now you're looking at 10 and a half. I mean, if that number keeps on, Cleveland, that defense is still a great defense. So if they can mitigate San Fran's offense and just play serviceable on offense.
And don't turn the ball over, right?
And don't turn over the ball. I mean, a plus 10 and a half, and it keeps on moving. You got to look to take a dog.
Yeah, and anytime a team's coming off such a big emotional win and a blowout, it always seems like the following week they kind of underperform a little bit, doesn't it, Matt?
It really does. And, San Fran's coming off a big high Sunday night where they played against Dallas Cowboys, and they went out there to prove a point. Now this might be a game they're overlooking a little bit. And look, San Fran has played amazing. Don't get anything, wrong, but with such a low total, with winds, rain, Cleveland coming in, they're a little hungry. The only concern for me is Cleveland's offensive line. They have a couple guys questionable. I have to check the status of that and talk to my main guy, Pro Football Doc, see what he says. But other than that, I mean, I think Cleveland has a shot.
And Jimmy knows this more than anybody. I mean, it is a market. And in a market, you never want to buy high. And right now, if you're betting on the 49ers here, forget about laying 6 or 7. You've got to lay 10. You're buying at the highest point probably all season. Jimmy, you think the dog's got a shot here at all?
I do. I really do. And not because Herman just went to 10 dog 15 as we're talking. So somebody listen, he moves on real money. And listen, a lot of these Fugazi books, will move a few pennies, but he only moves on a stick. And if someone comes in there, that there's real money there on Cleveland. So, but let's see what happens. Usually the best barometer is Saturday night, midnight till 8 a.m. And you see these sports books move. You'll see a lot of the.
That's when the damage is done. That's when the damage is getting done.
That's when
I'm calling you at 2 a.m. I'm like, we're firing. We're firing.
Just for fun, what kind of number could I get on the Browns scoring 0 points?
I don't know. You got to check the books, Jay.
You think I can get a 20 to 1? Could I get a 20-1?
You might get a little higher. I don't know. You got to check and see what's available. But I don't know if that's numbers out there. But you got to remember, bad weather game, rain, winds. That ball's slippery. Doesn't matter how good
Turnovers are such a big factor.
You can't grip the football and you turn it over, and at your 10-yard line. No matter how good you are, it's a slippery slope. I don't know. I wouldn't look to bet that. But we got John Grace in the green room. Let's get him on real quick.
What's up, guys?
There it is.
My man, live in Las Vegas. What's going on out there, brother? What's hot?
Hey, man, I'm in the Aria Sportsbook right now, firing a little bit, and just looking at some lines and the movement and everything, and just out here. What's up with you guys?
What's going on with that Chargers-Cowboys game? Do you like anyone there?
Man, it's a tough game for me, guys, because obviously, my heart has been with you guys with the Cowboys the last few weeks of the season, but I kind of got a bad feeling for the Cowboys here, and I'm going to lean to the Chargers. I could see this Cowboys team going 3-3 in the bye, and then that'd be a really tumultuous time for the team to kind of get their second wind. And the Chargers are off a bye, and sounds like Austin Eckler's going to be back. I'm gonna get off the Cowboys this week. I'm gonna go the Chargers.
I'm leaning that way as well. Jamie, you like anyone in the NFL this week? You got any teasers for everyone?
I'll tell you what, the team I'm most impressed by, that I thought they were going to be good, but I didn't think they were going to be this good, are the Lions. And I think they are on fire. I think Tampa Bay is just barely a decent team. I think the Lions might light them up, and I love this line at 3. So I like them straight. I like the Lions in a teaser. You get them plus 3.5 or 4 or whatever. I like taking the Lions and the Eagles in a teaser. I think the Eagles even is a really nice spot. And then I really like Seattle in a teaser. I think if you want to give me 9 in Seattle, I really like that spot. I'm also willing to give the 14, or you might have to buy it to 14 with the Bills. I think the Giants are useless.
Bad team, man. And you talk about the Detroit Lions. They have had one of the toughest schedules in the NFL, and they've outperformed the market. And they're looking like they got a shot. It could be them, San Fran, the Eagles in the NFC. It looks like they're the 3 teams to beat. San Francisco obviously is going to be probably the monster right now, but that could change as the season progresses. Let me go back to John Grace real quick. John Grace, is there any game that you really love this week out in Vegas?
Man, I'm going to take a flyer on this one, and I know it's kind of one we were on last weekend, but I'm going to ride with the Bears, man. I'm not going to lie. I did buy into the hype before the seasons and do have a few Bears NFC North tickets, but this would be the time, for Justin Fields really to prove that he's the guy. And, momentum, I think, is a big thing. And, you've got what had happened last weekend on Thursday night with the extra rest. I've got to go with that advantage.
Let me go to Matt Maltepes from the College Kids. Matt, is there any game in the NFL you really like this week or a total?
So, yeah, I'm looking at this Raiders-Patriots game. New England's banged up all over. Offensive line issues among many other issues. When healthy, this Patriots team has a shot to be competitive. But as of right now, I think it's going to be tough. Other than the Raiders' one loss to the Bills, who right now have the second highest margin of victory, their other 2 losses, they were close games. I think the Raiders are home. Jimmy G's back. He's looking for revenge on Big Bill. So I'm looking at the Raiders minus 2.5. And then, I have another game also that I like. I'm liking this Jets game. I like Jets plus a touchdown. Yeah, Jets plus a touchdown. I think this Jets team is a pretty solid team. Defense is very good. Other than their loss they played everyone tough as nails. They lost by 3 against the Chiefs. They beat the Bills in OT week 1, right? They lost a division game against the Pats by 5. But now they just beat Denver by 10 on the road. Meanwhile, Philadelphia, they're 5-0. They looked awesome. But they've lost some of these box scores, and the Eagles' opponent red zone scoring percentage ranks 30 out of 32. Meanwhile, the Jets' defense in red zone scoring percentage ranks 3rd. The Eagles' red zone offense scoring percentage currently ranks 27th for the Eagles. So I'm liking the lean-in Jets plus 7.5 right now. If I can catch that 7.5, I'm all over it.
Yeah, you like the under at all? That 41 with that defense.
So yeah, I definitely think the under 41 is a decent play here. I haven't touched it yet, but if you can get that key number of 41.5, get above that key number of 41, get that 41.5, get that hook. That'd be a nice little play there.
Sheepy Weepy. Who you like this week, Sheepy, in the NFL?
I am a Bronco tonight. I took a little 11.5 on the game.
I did too. Let's ride.
Thank you, Dr. Green.
Let's ride.
Broncos country. Let's ride.
I also like the Jets.
I like the Jets.
I
too.
said Denver, the Jets, and the Cowboys are my 3 games I like a lot this week.
All right, let's go back to Jamie. Jamie, is there any teasers you want to give out there to everyone listening?
Well, yeah, I mentioned that I like teasing the Lions with the Eagles. I also like Seattle, and I got the Niners. I teased them at 2.5 when it was 8.5. Just taking a 6-point teaser with Seattle getting 9. Other than that, I mean, maybe on Miami, and I don't think we even need to tease the Bills. I think they're going to light up the Giants. And so I'm willing to, hopefully you get it at 14. And I just think the Bills are gonna come back and crush this week. And there's no team easier to crush right now than the Giants.
Oh man, that's ugly for New York fans listening out there. John Grace, is there any other side or total you want to give out to everyone listening?
I mean, I wanted to go back to that Jets Eagles. I'm on the Jets as well, and one thing that I wanted to mention is just the strength on strength. The Jets O-line or Jets D-line and the Eagles O-line. I mean, with that tush-push play and how the Eagles like to run the ball, I think size-wise they match up well, and I think the Jets keep it within a touchdown.
Yeah, I like the Jets too, man. If you get over 7 plus 7.5, I think that's the right side. Let me go to Matt Maltepes from the college kids here. Matt, Arizona's playing LA in LA. The Rams are laying 7. That seems kind of high to me. You like anyone here?
It is a little high of a number. Arizona's played above their means, as we've seen in the first couple of weeks, and we saw them beat actually Dallas. But the Rams have been pretty damn good. Even last week, I mean, they lost that game against Philadelphia Eagles, quality opponent, but they lost that game late. Stafford took a couple sacks. They had a shot in that game, and if you look at their other games, they played everyone tough. They played San Fran tough. That was a touchdown score game. I don't know about this one. This one's a little tougher. It's a division game, so that's also something you have to factor in. I stood off at that key number of 7. I mean, it depends. If it goes to 6.5, if it goes to 7.5, you might make a play. But at 7, I'm staying off right now.
I kind of like the over there, man. If you get over 48, I think they're going to put up a ton of points this week. Jamie, you can put that in the golden recap. Let me go back to John Grayson.
48 on which game?
Over in the Rams game. Over 48 in the
Rams.
Yeah. I like the over there. I like the Jets plus 7.5 when it gets there. I like the Broncos tonight. I'm with Sheep. We put some wagers in at 11.5.
I'm on the Broncos on the under there as well. So
yeah, I mean, it's as crazy as it sounds. You get value on some bad teams because those numbers are inflated, and especially I think it's a good wager when you have bad weather. I mean, when bad weather, the dog's always live. Now I don't think the Broncos win the game, but I think they can stay with that in that number. Their problem has been the defense, like Matt said earlier. It hasn't been their offense. They've been putting up points. So I think the Broncos
might mess up the survivor pools. Who knows?
Yeah, Brewster.
No, Brewster, where you at?
All right, we got 20 seconds. I want to thank John Grace for coming on. John, thank you live in Las Vegas.
My man John, go get him.
We'll have you back on next week. I want to thank everyone for listening on SiriusXM, Sports Grid, JAKIB Sports Media on YouTube, and everyone watching on Philly Godfather on Twitter, live streaming it. And let's go. I'm rooting in the Phillies tonight. I don't know if they win the game, but I'm cheering for them. And we'll be right back for the Golden Recap.
Go to get your game on. Go for the beers. Go for the cheers. Go for the hit and the hits. Go for the stakes and the stakes. Go to get your parlay on. Go to get your party on. Go for the scene. Go for the screens. Go for the gallery. Go for the win. Go to Ocean. Visit theoceanac.com to plan your visit.
Welcome back to the Sports Betting Show. I'm the Philly Godfather from the PhillyGodfather.com. Hope you guys enjoyed the show. And now we're going to go to Jamie Gold, the legend, for the Golden Recap.
Here's our Golden Recap for this week in the NFL. Rooster and I both like the Chiefs in the first half, giving 7. Matt likes the Broncos at plus 10.5 or 11.5 if you can get it, and the under. The Rams -4 was from Rooster. I like the Ravens in the first half. Should be able to get it somewhere, between 2-3 max. Philly Godfather likes the Ravens, the money line, the first half, and the game. Matt might go with the Ravens as well. Matt likes the plus 10.5 with the Browns. John Grace is leaning the Chargers. I love the Lions giving 3, and I like even teasing them through that number, which is not usually the smartest play, but I like teasing them through the number. You can pair them with the Eagles at 1. I love Seattle getting 9 in a teaser. I got the Niners at 2.5. I know that line is going up really high. You could always even throw in KC at 4 there if you need to. Matt likes the Raiders -2.5. Matt likes the Jets plus 7.5. So does Philly Godfather. Sheep likes the Broncos plus 11.5. Philly Godfather and Matt there too. He likes the Jets. Sheep likes the Jets plus 7. He likes the Cowboys. Philly Godfather likes the over 48 with the Rams. And John Grace, we just have to cut down on the noise next time.
That's all right. He's at Sportsbook, man. I don't think he could hear it. But
He's fired.
He's everyone
we're gonna have a lot of noise during Super Bowl. We're gonna be out there for Radio Row.
Oh yeah,
we're gonna have a blast out there. So yeah, it comes with the territory. Yeah, go ahead. Are you all done with the Golden Recap or not?
Yeah. I'm just I just want to wish everyone a great week. I know all the luck and good fortune that we've had, and just keep listening, and you will learn more every week. Thank you for having us.
I want to thank Pro Football Doc from SICScore.com for coming on. His information is so valuable in the sports betting market. I want to thank Dave Mason from Bet Online. Philly Rooster came on. You can find him on Philly Rooster. Matt Maltepes at Matt Maltepes, at Real Jamie Gold, at Barry Right Number, at John Grace, and I'm the Philly Godfather at Philly Godfather on Twitter. Good luck, guys, and keep firing.
Go to get your game on. Go for the beers. Go for the cheers. Go for the hit and the hits. Go for the stakes and the stakes. Go to get your parlay on. Go to get your party on. Go for the scene. Go for the screens. Go for the gallery. Go for the win. Go to Ocean. Visit theoceanac.com to plan your visit.